So welcome back, folks, once again to the football field. This is going to be day 13 of checking out this field. We've been on the field for 12 days, 12 times. We found all kind of great stuff. So what we're going to do today, I think what I'm going to do is, you see the bleachers there in the distance. Behind the bleacher area, there's an area of grass between there and the outer perimeter fence. And I'm not sure if anybody occupies that area or what, but as old as this football field is, these grounds, I mean, I did find a 1944 silver nickel out here, and this is old grounds, so and it's probably stuff that was here long before the school was even put here. So I'm going to go and check this part of the field out here on the outskirts of the football field to see if there's any old stuff in that area. Just go check it out, you know. You got old stuff that's pretty deep out here. There might be some old stuff out in this area too. So but yeah, no, I did not take my socks off. I still have my you'll see another video I'll post. It's going to post right before this one. It's a little short tot lot hunt, and I have socks on with sandals, and no, I didn't take my socks off. So judging by the St. Augustine grass and stuff that's out here, like it might be some fair stuff. So let's go ahead and get Xterra fired up here, and we're going to run a sensitivity of 18. We have still 2 bars left on the battery of Xterra, so that'll give me about 5 hours of hunt time. I have about 2.5 hours of record time, so we'll see. That seems like a pretty big signal. 59 to 71. So we're gonna go ahead and see what lies below the grass here. First signal, I'm just standing here, turn on the machine, and this is what I get. So let's go ahead and see what we can pop out of this plug right here. Okay, so let's give me a 75, 76. But it seems like there is something in the plug. Okay, and it's down here in the middle, in the bottom. So that is deep. Okay, so let's get the shovel down in a little bit more. Yeah, we're back to the sticky stuff. So, and we're kind of in the side here. Yeah, we're in the side. There's something right here, and it is a piece of can. Yep, that's it right there. It's a piece of aluminum can. Something of that nature. It's okay. We'll go ahead and get our little pieces of can out of there. Put our dirt back and get our plug back in there. So I kind of figured it'd be, you know, something that's kind of deep. Cans always ring up in the low to mid 70s. So you might get a bunch of trash in this area. That's trash. $79, $80, $81. This very well could be a piece of can as well. Not sure. The sticky on the shovel is tearing the plug all up. But we can save it. We can save it. Definitely can save it. Yep, and right there we have some more aluminum cans. So that's telling me that I am not going to mess with the sideline stuff here. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave all this alone because it looks like it's gonna be more trash than anything. So it's not worth wasting time on, because I don't think the kiddos come out here in this area. But there is some bleacher area right here, so let's check out some bleacher area just to see. $31.32. We might have something decent right here. $31.32 falls in the pull tab, which falls in 10 karat gold ring territory, something like that. So we'll pop a plug and we'll see. Okay, so, and again, nope, I was about to say, so it's got to be down in the middle of the plug. A pretty good clay. Yep, pretty good clay. Well, it wasn't that deep. And there is a piece of can. Okay, a little tab, the tongue out of the top of a soda can. So, tongue up top of a soda can that the pull tab pushes down on. Alright, I'm gonna have to end up taking these socks off because now I'm gonna start getting dirty. So let me cut. I'll get these socks off and get right back to you. Alright, so we're getting the socks off. I went to sit down the metal detector and I come across 79.80. So it very well could be a dime. Let's go ahead and get that muck off of here so that doesn't interrupt us. Man, that is some gummy stuff. It was $79.80. Right there. So it's probably a dime. I mean, I've seen $79.80 come up as other things too, but 9 out of 10 is probably a dime, depending on what it is. So, and we're in a plug. Okay. Yeah, it must be deep in the plug. All right. Right here. Oh yeah, it's not a dime, it's a penny. It's a copper penny. What year? 1971. Okay. I thought it was a little bit off from being a dime. Usually the tone is a little more sprightly, but that makes sense. Copper penny comes up as a high tone. Most of your zincs will come up in the 50s because of the metal content it is. So we'll play on the sideline for a little bit. See, like that? That's probably gonna come up as a zinc, because that's 53 to 65. So that's probably gonna come up as your zinc. I decided to wear sandals today because I'm planning on try to hit perhaps the local beach again today. And besides, it's cool. It's like 62, 63. The wind is blowing. Down here in South Louisiana, it's overcast, so it's a very good day. Okay, so we're 51 out the hole. We're on this side of the plug, and we are a big old piece of fence wire. Okay, big old piece of fence wire. So this sideline piece right here is part of the outskirts of the football field that you can consider to have trash, because it's not manicured like the football field. The football field is taken care of because it's filled dirt hauled in to make it manageable and to their needs of the recreation. So that's a 89 to 93. I thought I would pick it up on, yep, pick it up on the surface right here. Okay, so let's go ahead or just pop it with the hand digger. No, I was wishful thinking. Okay, so here we go. Got our quarter. It looks like, yeah, it's a state quarter. Let's see which one it is, if I can see. I can't tell what that is on the back. Okay, don't know. State quarter though. Let's cover our little hole up and move on. We'll go find another one. You know, one day I'm gonna get used to putting the metal detector on the handle of the shovel. Maybe. Come on, who lost the ring out here? $48 to $62. So that sounds like a zinc penny or aluminum can. Aluminum can. Could be, no telling. It's in the plug. Okay, metal detector, get right there for me. It's deep in the plug. I say deep in the plug. It's not in the plug at all. Huh, okay. It is right here inside the plug. Right here close to the surface. Man, my targeting is off today. What is that? Oh, it's a piece of something. Okay. Yeah, that's a piece of rolled up gold. Not gold, not silver. It's a piece of something. Rolled up something. I don't think it's silver or gold. It's more of aluminum, what it is. A little band of something rolled up. But, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's bound to be aluminum though. I didn't destroyed this plug, so get all the pieces put back together here. We'll just go ahead and put it all back in the hole. And we can put our cap back on. Something keeps wanting to draw me back into the football field. I've had so much good luck in the football field itself, instead of these outskirts, that the signals there are either going to be something good or very little trash. And there's a little more pure digging. So you kind of tend to stick to the good stuff, if you know what I mean. So let's that's a 2832. That's either a piece of can or a nickel, and I'm willing to bet it's probably a nickel with a real janky signal. The ground's hard on this side. Don't want to let go of the shovel. Very hard ground here. So we get a 23 to a 30 with the hole open. We're bound to be a nickel. Okay, so whatever it is, I think I got it. It's in here. Yep, right there. See, that janky signal was a nickel. That's what it was. Man, they lose all these nickels out here. Well, they'll lose something decent, like a dollar coin or a 50-cent piece. I ain't never found either one of those. It sure would be nice. I mean, I'm not wishing for people to lose stuff. It's just the way it goes. If people lose stuff, I want to find it. You know? I'm just here to recover what they lost. Let's see what else we can get. There's still a cross and that's a quarter. There's still a gold cross out here and a ring that I would like to find. And I know those are on the football field. So I was a little bit off with the pinpoint. Let's try it again. Okay, that's gonna be kind of deep. A little bit deeper than what I was thinking. Let's go ahead and try to get that up. Recover a quarter You know, 4 quarters make $1. It adds up. So, all right, we're not far down in the plug. Well, I say we're not far down in the plug. We're getting a double tone when we swing over it. There we are, right up in there. You know, you gotta pop it open like a watermelon. Eagleback. Date 60. Hey, 66. 1966. Okay, and look, that was my impression right there. A quarter impression. 1966. I could find quarters all day long if that's all it was to find. I sure wouldn't mind. You know, 15, 20 signals like that, man, you good little piece of change. Pardon the wind. It's just $28.31. Might be a nickel, might be a pull tab, depending on edge, depending what metal it is, depending on whatever. Oh, it seemed like it's still in a hole. And we got a whole bunch of roly-polies in here. Yep, roly-polies all over the place. And look, that's gonna be our nickel. Nope, that's right here. It's a piece of can. It's off to the side. Piece of aluminum can. Okay, nothing else in the hole. Let's see if we can piece all this back together now with all these roly-polies in here. Doodlebugs, roly-polies, whatever they call them. You know, they get bunches of names for them things. We call them doodlebugs. Some people call them roly-polies. Yep. Get our broken plug all squished back down in there. Yep. Find another quarter. I'm all about a quarter. I'm all about a ring. $42 gives me a 15 to a 42. This is probably another piece of can. Probably what it is. Probably another piece of can. Whatever it is, it's in the plug. And man, talk about pinpoint accuracy in the middle of the plug. Pinpoint, I don't even get it. Really? Not in the hole. Yep, that's on. Well, for real here. Well, I about shook out everything there is off this plug. Just a grass mat left. Okay. Ain't none of that. Let's get the detector on it again. Oh, what is that? Wow, I don't know what that is, but that was a lick. Okay. Okay, it's right here. It's a nickel. Completely missed it. Completely off to the side. I don't understand how I missed it so, but I missed it so. I can't see a year on it. The glare of today has got me all messed up. I wear reading glasses, not really eyeglasses, but the overcast glare kind of got me messed up. I do better in bright sunlight and overcast glare. So, man, I don't know what that is right there. That's pretty good lick. That might be another jacked up nickel. I'll cut it out. Let's see. Let's give me an 8 to 13 with the hole open. Let's see where okay, we still got 30% battery left. Okay, right here on this left side. Okay. Oh, there it is right there. Yep, piece of soda can. Okay, piece of soda can. All right, I have officially had enough of the sideline stuff, so I'm going to meander my way back into the field. I know there's potential for more jewelry, pendants, and coins right here in the field itself. So I'm going to go ahead back into the field and try to not cross an area that I've already checked. Man, I know this is gonna be nasty right here. It's kind of a little bit of a ditch, so it's wet, but I'm gonna dig it anyway. Let's see what it's gonna be. This is a low ground area right here. All right, yeah, they got some pretty good clay right here. So we're right here on this side. Yep, that's kind of what I thought it would be. Piece of can, Fanta, orange. Okay, get that out the way because it was a pretty stout signal. Most definitely was. Yeah. Get off. Get off my shovel. It was a pretty stout signal for being as deep as it was. So, all right. Let's get back up in this field. I know there's stuff in this field. You never walk over the same place in this place twice, let me tell you. Something down there that's real deep. Ooh, that sounds so ugly. Sounds pretty big. I don't think I want to deal with it. We're going to keep our sensitivity on 20 out here in this field instead of 18, unless it gets too squeaky. Yeah, let's go to 18 because we're getting them chirps. We're getting an 11, and it's around 11. Yeah, it's gonna be a little deeper than I thought, but we're gonna try it. It's giving me a little bit of an iron tone, but get the junk off the blade. Yeah, for those of you tuning in, the shovel I'm using is the Hurricane. It's a model 33. That's on Predator Tools. So I see something inside the plug. I don't know if that would be it. Nope, that's a stone. Not picking up anything in the plug. Not anything in the hole. And I'll tell you, this little shovel has been a really good little addition to my little tools, and I'm very happy with it. So I'm gonna get a couple of scoops off this side, this hole out of here, so we can get that out the way. And then we'll get down here with the pin pointer and see. Nope. Usually find what I'm looking for. We're gonna leave that. Seems like fairly deep. That needs to stay down there. Because the way it is the way it is. Okay. We're not gonna put a whole bunch of effort into trying to find too many deep targets today unless they're real clear. Because if I get down there and I can't hit it, whatever this is, it seems like it's on the top now. Okay. Well, obviously it wasn't that deep to start with. My bad. And we have and that's why, we have a stainless steel screw and a washer. So, okay, so I dug that big old deep hole, and it wasn't that deep, so it gave me a false type signal. I was thinking it was deep and it wasn't, until it reared its head. So All right. Like I said, you can walk over this field 100 times and you'll never swing over the same place twice. I want to come out here one day with some string and a tape and grid this place out. And there's another quarter that I know I never dug up because I know I never swung over it. But we swung over it today, and we're about to get it on out the hole. Okay. And that's us. Ah, we got a ground cricket or grasshopper or something. Mole cricket. All right, mole cricket. Let's put you back in the hole. You can go back down there where you was. And we have another eagleback quarter. If I can get a date. Curious. 1992. So this is right below the sand. They had a bunch of sand hauled in this place a long time ago, and it's right below the sand layer. So we'll put our mole cricket back in the ground. That thing was down there a little ways, so you can stay down there. Okay, let's go find more quarters. That's too deep. Fades out. Something stupid deep. I'm at 18 on a sensitivity, and it's getting beyond the range. Something mixed metal. Right here on the surface. It's not a, can't be a bottle cap. Sounds like a mixed metal. Okay, so we have another one of these little square stainless steel backing washers or nuts or whatever it is. I found several of these before. This is the fourth or fifth one or something I found, but not an uncommon find. I don't know what it would be off of out here, some equipment or something, or putting something up, or I don't know, off of sporting gear maybe. Beats me. Alright, so we are at, looks like 13% on the battery. We'll keep it rolling for a little bit. See what we can find. Iffy tones, lows 10 to 20. 10 to 20. Might be another piece of stainless. I don't know, it's not as jarbly. Probably a piece of, never know, it could be a piece of gold. There's something down in the hole. Now it's a 44 opened up. Right here in the back side. Okay, so it's in this clump. Something right here. And it's another one of those tongues at the top of a soda can that the pull tab pushes on. Okay, pretty deep for that kind of junk. Put our cap put back on. See, like it was never even good, never even taken out of the ground. I love it. I was gonna save this ball field for another day, but I'm like, ooh, give me a 3 to a 20. No telling. Seems like it's down there a little piece. Alright, so whatever it is, it's in the plug. We'll double check our hole just to make sure. And we're up in the plug. Okay, so we have, of course, we have a beaver tail off of a ring pull. Okay, that's a crazy signal. All right, we'll get all this back up in there. Yep, at least we're getting the trash off the ground. Out the ground. Not off the ground, out the ground. Doing our good deed. Discrimination off. Give me a 5/6. Had to turn off the metal iron discrimination so I can get the tone break. That's something pretty. Ooh. Yep, know what that is. That can stay. That is a sprinkler head. Okay. Yep, sprinkler head. They're pretty solid. You bump into one of those, trust me, you'll know. Sprinkler heads they got out here is about 1.5 inches diameter and about 12-14 inches long, and they pretty good hard steel, so it's very difficult to damage them. I mean, a lawnmower would do a hell of a job, but that's like finding it with the shovel. 21, 25, 26. Okay. So we'll double check that. Make sure. It could be another nickel. It may not be that deep because it was giving me a pretty good tone. So I might be digging deeper than what I need to be. Yep, I am. But it's right here in the side, and it is a piece of can. Okay, so today's gonna be probably more trash on it, because now that we done took a lot of really awesome signals off of this field, it's paving the way for the junk. But in order to get the rest of the signals, you got to get down to the nitty-gritty. If you don't get down to that nitty gritty, we ain't hunting. So I've been pulled 3 rings off this, no, 1, 2, 3, 4 rings off this field. And none of those are the rings I'm looking for. $79, $78, $79, $80. That could be a dime, could be a piece of silver. Let's lean towards silver. It's a little bit more expensive than a dime, but it's not. It's gonna be a penny, and it's right there in the sidewall. Imagine that. Barely skimmed it off with the shovel. Right there. And just pluck it right out. Actually, I scratched it a little bit on the memorial, but it's a copper penny. It's 1980. Okay, so that was clean. Beautiful dig. No pinpointer, no digging tool needed. Just pop it with the shovel and go. All right, beautiful. We're just gonna kind of walk a grid on this field and see. No rhyme or reason. I find I get better targets when I just walk a grid instead of just walking around like a chicken. That is a sprinkler head, and that is gonna stay right where it is. I'll go to 19 on the sensitivity. I think I can get away without. Something right here that's outside of the iron threshold. Seems like it's pretty deep. Let's see if we can pop us one right here, and we'll see if what that can come up as. Get up out of that plug. Quit being so okay, so now we have 62 with an open hole, so it may be a pretty deep penny. Could be a pretty deep penny. Might be a lot deeper than what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's about my luck. It's not in the plug. Okay, let me swing over again. We'll see. Shush. Okay. It's out the hole. Oh, here it is. Right there. There it is. It's out the hole. A nickel. Okay. It give me a fit. And I don't see the date yet. 1970. 1970. So it was out the hole. The pinpointer just didn't grab it right away. I would I'd turn the pinpointer up, but once you get it to level 3, it seems to start falsing a little bit. If there was a level 2.5, it would be great. But it starts to false a little bit. So, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and change out our battery, because I know we're probably down to like 1 or 2%. And get that changed up here so we can get back to digging. So, all right, let me see. Yep, we're at 1%. All right, we'll catch y'all back in a few minutes. All right, now we're back live. We got our battery changed up. There's a air key to something, or air logistics, or whoever it is, helicopter flying over, and I don't know what they're doing. They're flying around in circles, which is not normal for that type of helicopter. But anyway, must be looking for a pad to like set down on or something. We'll go back to 18. Get that little bit of jarble out of there. Seems like 18 on the depth has been a magic number for this place. It keeps the EMI low with the retarded tones. That sounds like it could be another janky nickel. It's one of them crazy tones. Yeah, I guess the helicopter don't know where he wants to go, man, because now he's flying off another direction. Okay. Sound like we got something in the plug and out the plug. So we're up in the clay, which is never good. This clay is nasty. Okay, so it's really not that deep in the plug. Okay, right here we have a piece of can. Yeah, a piece of can. All right, that's all it was. There's nothing down in our hole. We can get this over here. Get off dirt. The clay is so sticky and nasty. Oh God. Horrible, horrible, I tell you. I mean nasty. But wet days, Louisiana. South Louisiana. That's how it is. If it ain't mud, it's mosquitoes. If it ain't mosquitoes, it's humidity. Just today is blowing wind in the 60s, which it feels great. Usually when it turns cold, it's either cold or it's too damn hot. That I'm not even gonna dig that one up. That sounds like the piece of can I just dug up. I'll dig that up. It's getting me close to that silver range. 56 to 80. Back and forth. So we'll experiment and see what we can find. Still looking for that ring and that cross. No idea where that's gonna be out here, but I'm sure it's gonna be out here somewhere. But where? Okay, whatever it is, it's right here and right there, and it's a penny, another copper penny. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about the date on that one. Kind of jarbly down there. Come on, pinpointer, get in the holster so we can get our plug put back in the hole. Okay. Play nice. Play nice. I didn't ground balance when I was out here, so let me go ahead and I'm gonna noise cancel and I'll ground balance. Okay. Give me a 9 on the ground balance so get that cleared up. I'm still running field 1, 15 kilohertz, 18 sensitivity. This is about the area of the field, a little bit further over actually, area of the field where I found that coin the other day that I thought was gold. I like to have a heart attack because I really thought it was gold. Sounded like another whacked out nickel signal, giving me the high teens to the 50s. I really hate that it's tearing a plug up because of the soil here is so sticky. But yeah, it's gonna do. 22 with the hole open. Okay, and I see it right there. See it right there. There's a nickel. Looks like. I could be wrong, but it looks like a 59. No. I'll see. Hang on, we're getting there. I'm staring at it so long, I'm curious now, I want to know what it is. Let's get a little shirt rub on it. I can't really tell. 52, 1952. Okay, Monticello on the back. 1952. Yeah, well, at least it's not a 64. You know, like it's been. 52. Man, I bet the 50s were some good years. I wasn't nowhere near even thought of back then. But, yeah. $27 to $37. 27 to 37 right here. Okay. 27 to 37. Yep. The ground here is nice and sticky. Ugh. Now it's give me a 37 with the hole open. Straight up. That's right here in the bottom. And look at that. Right there when I popped it out. The green patina in the dirt. Yep. Another nickel. Nickels give you all kind of crazy ranges out here, man. Not even looking for a date on this one. We're just gonna look. Green patina right here on the dirt. But make sure that's the only one. Yep, there must have been a parade out here or something. People throwing nickels all over the place. Did I tell you, there's a bunch of nickels out here. I don't know. Bunch of nickels. All right, let's move back up on the field so we can get away from the edge down here. The edge is all sticky. The edge is all this gummy stuff. And this is a football field for a school, so it's not a football field like NFL or college, or you know, it's not one of them football fields, but it's gonna cost them $50,000 or $70,000 a year just to maintain the grass, you know. So, but cover your holes back up. Make sure nobody can trip or fall. Make it look decent. That is a sprinkler head. And the guy was out here, they talking about the sprinkler heads hang up and jam up. But they're always covered by so much muck and trash and grass, you know. It'd be something to be out here playing a football game and all of a sudden the sprinklers kick on. Okay. Whatever it is, it's in a plug. Come here, plug. Come on, plug. Come to me. Huh. Okay. So we got something right here. What is that? Oh, piece of aluminum can. Another piece of aluminum can. All right. Was thinking it was probably going to be something decent, but it wasn't. It was just a decent piece of aluminum can. Okay. Had an ant biting me. Right next door, 1.5 feet away. That seems kind of deep. Let's go ahead and do a little extraction. Let's see what we can pull on up out of here. The dirt want to stick to the shovel. Let's do a little extraction. I got something in there, still kind of deep. Not sure what it is. Maybe a lot deeper than I want to mess with. It sounds like it's pretty deep. Yeah, I know. Come on, digger. Be quiet. Pinpoint is hitting on a digger. Yeah, this is a lot deeper than what I want to mess with. Get off of that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and leave that alone. We're definitely gonna go ahead and leave that one. It's down there. It's a good ways down there too, so we're not gonna go that far. Yeah, a lot deeper than I want to mess with. So here's what it is. Let's go for clean signals. That's the surface drop, 53, 52. Might be a new penny on the surface. Something on the surface, that's for sure. I say surface. Something right there. Yeah. Somebody out here. Somebody out eating Vienna sausages on the lunch on the football field. I guess they didn't have a time to take a break between tackles, so they decided to eat on the go ways on the line. Been over getting ready to hike the ball, and oh, hold up, let me get a snack. That's about what it is. You know, I don't down the sport, but I got nothing for football. Nothing whatsoever. Just another distraction. Yep. Never could grasp the whole concept of football. It was like, okay, whatever. Innings and touchdowns and sidelines and out of bounds and first down, second down, and it's like, okay, whatever. So, I don't know. Either way. It's giving me an awkward signal, but it's also throwing me in a 34 at the end of it, so it might be a janky nickel. Could be. Now it's giving me a, I don't know. I know it's giving me something. Oh, I found a piece of this the other day. So here's the rest of it. I don't think it's a ring. It looks like a piece of bushing or a bearing or something. But I found the other piece of this the other day that went here, and I didn't know what it was. But it might have been a ring, you know. Might have been a ring. I did find a piece of this the other day. Could have been a ring. I don't know. We'll put it in the save pouch, and I got the other piece at home. I was curious about it, so I'll see if I can get it to match up, and then see if that's what it is. But whatever it was, like it's some kind of plating on it or something, and it coating or something, it's corroded away. But I did. I found a piece of that the other day. I recognize it. Yep, 33.49. Whew, man, I ate some pulled pork at the house and it's kind of not agreeing with me. A few months back in September, I had a gallbladder removal. So ever since then, certain fats mess with me. So if you ever get your gallbladder removed, just understand that your body can't break down heavy fats like it used to. So if you're thinking about getting your gallbladder removed, tread with caution. May not be. You may be able to fix it instead of removing it. There are lots of good remedies out there. I just wish I'd have done more research before I decided to get mine taken out. But I had other issues. I had an intestinal bacteria, H. pylori, and H. pylori shuts down some of the bodily functions, and the gallbladder functionality was one of them that it was inhibiting. And during the process of it, things just wasn't working out right. And now I suffer with irritable bowel, you know, so certain parts of my bowel tract hurt when I eat certain things. So I'm all about a 79, 80, 81. Give me that piece of silver. Either silver or a dime is what this is gonna be. But it would be nice if it'd be a silver dime. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you ever having some gallbladder problems, do some research before you get the surgery. A lot of research to save you a lot of headache. Okay, so it's gonna be not that deep in the plug. Right here. Oh. It's a dime. Knocked it loose. What it is? It's a dime. Rosie. Mr. Roosevelt. Yeah, I don't see a date on it. It's too small for my eyeballs to see. But it's a Rosie dime. It's probably in the 70s. Something like that, maybe. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a professional. I'm just telling you the problem that I had, that's all. But do your own research. If you have some gallbladder problems, lemon water with apple cider vinegar. Horse Wonders does good. It also regulates insulin levels, makes you feel like a champ. It's not a fix. It's just a help. So. Yep, that one don't look like it's too big of a signal, but we'll see. We haven't found any jewelry yet in this field besides nickels and quarters and pennies, so no jewelry yet today. What's the odds of digging up another mole cricket from that deep? Yep, another mole cricket from that deep. There's got to be something in this side down here. There's something in this hole. I don't know where it is, but there's something in this hole. Okay, it's right here on this side. Oh, there it is. I don't see it, but the pinpointer sees it. Okay. And there it is right there. That's a nickel. And it is. That's a Jefferson Head nickel. drum roll, 1961 Jefferson Head nickel. Yep. I am very surprised I have not yet found an Indian Head buffalo nickel on this field. I did go across town, across the river here a few weeks ago, and I found 2 of them in a local park. I just had some renovations done, which is extremely strange for those nickels to be in that park, because some of the dirt looked like it was hauled in, like fill dirt. And the nickels were Indian Head buffalo nickels. One was 1936, one was 1917. And also in the same 20-foot perimeter, I found a 3-ringer Civil War bullet, which I thought was very strange. That doesn't happen to me, but it did. Those nickels look like total crap, and I soak them in white vinegar and a little bit of salt, and I put them in my ultrasonic cleaner that has a heater on it that heats the water, or heats the solution. And 30 minutes time, man, it was pure metal, beautiful. Now, I tried that same method with copper, and let me tell you, when you get through, all you have left is copper. So if you got any old coins that you think might have a value on it, don't put them in white vinegar and salt, because I tell you what, that's all you're gonna have left is copper. And any corrosion that made a pit in that copper, that's what you're gonna have, pitted copper. You're gonna have pitted copper. Because it is unforgiving. Okay. Today, whatever it is in this hole. Yeah, I know. I'm off a little. I can tell. Yep. Oh, we out the hole. We'll go figure. And we have a piece. Okay. This piece that goes on the screw end of a garden hose. That's what it is. Brass. Alright. Missed it. My bad. Sorry. Don't beat me up. Let's get let's go ahead and get our stuff put back in the hole. Usually when I start digging too deep, it's time to stop and look at the substance you took out the hole, because it's probably in the dirt. Oh God, please shut up. The pin pointer wants to go retarded. I try to get a little charge on the way here. I hadn't charged it in a while. Still going strong though. But we're gonna put it in the sink and we're gonna wash it tonight and make it nice and clean. Make it look like a new one. And we're gonna give it a charge. Yeah. And get it back in shape, man. Make it look presentable. And also one of the viewers left me a message about wiping down the exterior with some olive oil. Keep up the plastics and give it a shine. And I'm definitely gonna have to do that. I can say I've been busy, which I have. I'm all about a 50 to a 59. That mud is sticky. Man, that thing's only going down about 6 inches deep, and trying to pull it out of that clay is just something else. I think it's favoring this left side. I might be a little off. Yeah, I think I'm a little off. Yep. Way off. And what we have here, we have a piece of fence wire. That's why we off. It throws a broad signal, kind of sporadic, aluminum fence wire. So it's a little off. Aluminum fence wire. We do have another permission, and we're going to go hunt later on. Not today. There's a guy that he owns a little block in town. He has a small strip mall, coffee shop, fitness center, all that stuff right there on one end, and the rest is just a open field behind the businesses. And it's a pretty big open field. So let's see what this is. So it's a pretty big open field. I went tested the other day, but it just gave me and all it did produce me was an old brass gear and a bunch of aluminum cans is all it produced. And I dug like 15 holes and every hole was trash. So I decided to give it up and I'd do it another day. But I only stayed on one little bitty piece of the field. I didn't meander around other parts of the field might be a lot better. But I just checked the one little section to kind of give me an idea of what I might find. And although the permission is greatly appreciated, I don't think they're gonna have too much of what I'm desiring there. Although the guy that owns the field allows the local people to use it as a parking lot for sporting events for the school that's across the street. Yeah, it's a big old piece of iron, rusted iron. And so there's people, there's hundreds of people that park there throughout the year. So you'll have potential change, rings, whatever. That's the thought anyway, you know. If it really happens like that, I don't know. People use it as a parking lot. They park in there. There's a potential for something. This is on the surface, 3031. I see it's on the surface. Pinpoint it, let me see. Make sure I'm on medium. 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, that's close to the surface. It's just the pinpoint is not picking it up. Okay. Right there. I don't know what it could be. 31. Give me an iffy signal. Give me a 31. And that mud wants to stick to the shovel again. Of course. Instead of being nice. Okay, well, we're in the plug. Okay. Ah, look at here. Look at here. Give me a 31. Okay, so I was told a story in 2006 that a coach was between this pole and that pole and throwing a football this way to a student, and he lost his wedding band. So this right here is a gold wedding band. Let me look and see what markings we have, if we have any markings in it. This is it's either gold or silver. Kind of looks like silver. Nope, I see it right there. It's right there on the inside. And you can't see it, but it's right there on the inside. It's marked 14K. 14K. Yep, and look at that. 14K. Ain't that amazing? And that came up as a 31. Let me see. A 31 all day long. 14K on field 1. 3031. Yep, on the Xterra Pro. I'm gonna put that on my right pinky finger because my knuckle is just a little bit big where it won't come off. 14K, 31. probably about 2 inches deep, just enough for the pinpointer not to pick it up. So if that's the ring, I'd like to find the coach that it belongs to and talk to him and see, but I'm not going to I need somebody to give me some description here, because I don't give up jewelry. 14K is 50%, which is about $32 to $36 a gram. So, and this right here is probably, and I'd say probably about 3 or 4 grams, 5 grams, maybe a little more, I'm not sure. But I am definitely not giving up. So that makes my second 14K ring. My first 14K ring is actually an infant ring that's on a chain that I'm wearing around my neck. And I found that one on a tot lot. But this one looks like 14K white gold. So if that's the ring, $28.29. If that's the ring, then I need to find the cross that the student lost. But I knew there was another ring out here. There had to be. And this may or may not be the one for that guy, but I don't know. That's giving me a 30 out the hole. Right here on another signal. And that one don't seem to be too deep from the surface down. Okay. Okay, so we got a nickel right here. Yep, that's a Jefferson. Looks like it's got a heavy rim on it. Looks like 1992. Okay. But yeah, that's peace and love right there, man. 14K. I'm loving it. Loving it. It's gonna make a great addition to my ring box. Most definitely. Most definitely. But if nobody gets in touch with this, nobody knows this coach, or if I can't get in touch with him, well, I'm sorry, pal, but it's fair game. 14K white gold. Yep, it's gonna stay in my ring box forever. My grandchildren will love it when it's my time. I'm all about it. All about it, my friend. All about it. How many years have things been stepped on? Might be a penny. Give me a 57 or 62. Could be. Could be just a penny. No telling. Might be a zinker. Might be a piece of silver. In the hole, 68. Something right there. Well, whatever it is, it's copper. Some kind of flapper doodad or something, but it's copper. That's what it is. So it gives me this signal of a high banging penny. Okay. High banging penny. So where are we at right here? What's our... We have 37% battery left since we started all this mess. I wish I could come up with jewelry sooner in the hunts, but it's just the way it works. That's giving me a 9 to 26. Might be just some old trash, but I've also seen some of these nickels out here give me these old trash signals. 9 to 26. I'm not gonna argue about it. Oh, look at that thing. That sand just so broke all up. $57.68 uncovered. Might be a piece of silver. Whatever it is. It's in this plug. And it's a nickel. See, I told you. See, them nickels out here, man, they give you some crazy tones. 1 minute it sounds like iron, 1 minute it's all over the place. I don't know. The nickels give you some crazy tones. I can't see a date on that one yet. Yeah, I can't read it. Can't make it out. The glare out here's got it. Okay. So we'll put all our sand and our dirt back in here. Piece of plug back together. Okay. We'll smash it all back down best we can. And the plug just seemed to disintegrate on us when we popped it out. But I'm well satisfied with a piece of 14K. That ring was probably, I don't know what that ring would be. I'm thinking that ring probably $400 or $500. Probably $400 or $500. Just a straight wedding band, no stones in it. $70 to $75 straight up, no off tone. 70 to 75 straight up, no off tone. Might be a piece of sterling. I've had strange things happen. In the plug, 73, 74. I kind of like coming out here to the field because I can talk to myself. And communicate with the camera. Oh man, I was hoping for something better than that. Piece of tin can. Yep, you see, you find a piece of jewelry and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, you want to find all kind of jewelry. Yeah, give me a second. I gotta hit up a little buddy of mine, rub it in. Back. All right, I just had to share a little picture with a buddy of mine in Florida. He does metal detecting also. Right here we're getting at 79.80, so we probably got another dime So yeah, him and I, he YouTuber, Treasure Outdoors. Name's Austin. He's a good friend. We've been chatting for a while, cell phone back and forth, sharing finds and stories and information and stuff like that. And good dude, man. Love him to death. But thought I'd share the find. 78 in the plug, uncovered. So let's see if it's anywhere. Huh. Yep, I destroyed another plug. I know. But I mean, hey. Metal detector said it's in the plug. And now it's not in the plug. It's like, okay, what's going on with that? So, let me get up on it. We'll check it out again. So it's right here somewhere. Probably fell out the plug. Oh no, it's right there. It's right there. Okay. And it is a Roosevelt dime. All right. Not even gonna look for the date. It's so small. If you just don't hit it, man, ain't that ring beautiful? 14K white. Loving it. 14K white. I'm gonna get with the groundskeeper and see if I can find out what it was, because they said they came out here with metal detectors and students and all kind of stuff to try to find that ring. And they said they never could find it. And it was after they put in the sand layer, so which is about right, a couple inches down below the grass. Yep. Could be. I want to know. $23. 23.25, crazy signal. Let's see. Just a second, I got a response on the cell phone. Let me see who that is. Okay, yep. Hit me back. Nice ring. So, white gold come up 3031 on VDI. So that's good to know, which is falls in that pull tab range. You know, if it was a yellow gold 14K, it'd probably come up as an 11 or 12 or something like that. Okay, now this was in the 20s. Now I got the hole open up. It's a 47 to a 60. So there ain't no telling what's in the bottom of this hole. Okay, so we got something down here. We're gonna try to pry up out of this hole. Okay, so whatever it is, it's in this clump. And there's our janky signal. See that? I mean, them things is all over the place, man. You don't know what them nickels come up as. They come up as all kind of signals. Maybe on a 45-degree angle, might be kind of off level one way, might be on the edge. There ain't no telling. But I'm glad I came back to the field today. I was expecting rain yesterday, and it didn't. The rain blew south of us, the rain blew north of us. And what little bit rain did hit us, it wasn't enough to make anything wet. So we it bypassed us. And I'm glad it did. Yesterday I went hunt the little beach after work to give the field a break, thinking the rain was gonna come. And as soon as I left the little beach, headed home, and the rain started. But it started north of us, north of where I am now. But and then the rain didn't amount to much. This is going to be another nickel probably. It's a high 20s to the low 40s. Either nickel or a zinc penny. Falls close to that pull tab range. So 36 to 46 with the hole open. Let's go ahead and get this little piece of sand out of here. Somebody cutting grass across the street, smells like cucumbers. And you see right there, there's another nickel. That's what I say, the nickels might be in the 20s, they might be in the 30 somethings, might be in the 40s and 50s, man, ain't no telling. But it's a reality of the deal. I mean, you're watching me dig them, I'm calling out the numbers. The nickels are all over the place. I'm gonna get rich just on nickels. Yep, that I can do. That's an 80 to 84. That falls in the silver range. I'm gonna keep my 80 to 84. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. Keep my fingers crossed. I started to turn around and go to the other way, to the other side of the field, the north side of the field. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm showing a 91, 92 now. Could be a quarter. Yep, man, it is. It's a quarter. These quarters come out orange, man, almost like they rust. But it's an eagle black quarter. Date on the bottom unknown at this current time. 1970, 70. I started to go back to the north side of the field and hunt, but then I decided I'm gonna walk this side of the field. I mean, it's a cool, pleasant day. It's like 62, 63 down here. The wind's blowing mildly, real nice. Short pants, no mosquitoes. It's still early in the afternoon, so we're getting a 2 to 8. So 18% battery. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this dig, and we're gonna, after this hole, and we're gonna do a little wrap. 78 with the hole uncovered. We're gonna do a little wrap to show what we got so far, and I'm gonna keep on hunting. if I find a few more things, I throw them in the wrap. Okay, so we got something right here, and it's a piece of can. Yeah, piece of aluminum. They're bound to get a piece of junk somewhere. Let's get our hole closed up. We'll go ahead. We're gonna wrap that up. Being my battery's dying on here. I got another battery in the truck, but I don't want to make a video that's 3 hours long. You know, I could, but I'm not gonna do that. Part 1, part 2, maybe. Nah, it's gonna be long enough. I was able to just throw up 3 more videos here recently, so we'll go ahead and get our little wrap up going right here. We'll set the stage. So we got the stage right here. We found our little bit of trash. So far out here on this field, we got a good bit of goodies. Let me get some of that stuff out the way. Okay, so here we go. Let me do this the proper way. Let me pull this off. This right here, I'm not sure what that is, if that's a part of a ring. We found this little piece of trash. I think it's aluminum. We got some change, and we got a bunch of nickels. There's a bunch of change out here. It's just to swing over the right spot. Found a bunch of coins, and we did get a 14K white gold ring. So there you have it, people. I don't know how much of coins we got, but we got a bunch. But we got a good little hit for the day. That nickel right there is modern. It's in the 2000s, 2020, I believe, or something like that. But yeah, so it's been fun. I totally wasn't expecting this, but that's a white gold 14K, and on the Xterra Pro Field 1 15 kilohertz, it comes up as a solid 3031, more of the 31 than the 30. But anybody who's running that Xterra Pro, that normal size wedding band right there, 14K white gold, comes up as a 3031 on the VDI. So, but I appreciate y'all watching. I'm gonna hit a little bit more of this field just off camera, and let me see what time it is here. It's 4:22, so I'm probably gonna stay another 45 minutes, maybe till 5 o'clock or so, and knock out a little bit and see what else I can find. But if I find anything else, I'll make a little clip after this and throw it behind this wrap up, and so y'all can see what's going on. And for those of you who's gonna be watching my beach video from yesterday, I did find a pocket knife that's shown in the video, but it did not show it in the wrap up, and it was nothing crazy expensive, probably 20 bucks at Walmart. But yeah, so it's a nice little deal. But if any of y'all interested in what I'm running, right there, Field 1 15 kilohertz, 18 sensitivity, on the Xterra Pro. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe and share. Tell your friends. Share me on Facebook. Have a good day. Peace. All right, so this is a little bit after the wrap up. It had a little bit of gold on it, but it looked like it's copper. Might have been gold plated. A little Mary pendant. Let me see what it's on the back. I'm just capturing this because I said I was going to throw something in here. Had a little bit of gilding on the back, like it's copper. On the back side, a little Mary on the front, a little small pendant. Rang up a 55 on a VDI. But I said I'd throw something in here after the wrap up if I found something, so I'm gonna do that. Let's keep going. Well, folks, just found this little bitty deal right here. I don't know what it is, some kind of little pendant or something, but it's itty bitty. And on the back, it is right there in the middle. You can't see it, but I just pulled and stretched it on the phone, and right there it clearly states 925. So that's silver. Oh. So it came up as a 32. 32, 925 silver. That little bitty. I have no idea what that is, but I'm gonna clean it up when I get home. But that's the smallest piece of silver I found so far. Some kind of little pendant or something. I don't know. I don't know if there's stones in this side or what, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. Cool. Well, I'm definitely going to add this segment into the video because I was sent a text message by a guy. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up, and I'm gonna say mission accomplished. I am going to say mission accomplished because right here, I'm gonna screenshot this little piece right here, and I'm gonna show y'all on camera. And I'm gonna show y'all on camera right here the message. Okay, this is the message that I got from the coach, and the coach said, because I showed him a picture of a cross that I found, and he says, okay, and the coach put this down. He said that was not the cross. His cross was gold with GJH on it, and this cross right here is gold with GJH on it, and I just found it. I've been searching for this thing for a while since he told me that. So I'm going to contact this coach, and I'm going to contact the student, and I'm going to give him back his cross. So, but I'll be glad to put this segment up on the end of the video. So, but I'll put a notation on the wrap up to continue on and watch this segment. All right, thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day. 2 accomplished today. I found the ring and I found the cross. Today is the 13th day. 13 is not unlucky. It's brought me good luck today. So thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends. This is going to be segmented after the wrap up. Thank y'all for watching. Have a great day. All right, so I'm going to call today a very successful day. We have made a huge dent out here in this football field today. That is not part of it. Okay. Today is the 13th day to come out here to this football field and dig up some stuff. And let me tell you, it has been wonderful. I can't thank these people enough for giving me the permission to come out here. This is going to be, I did a wrap up, but this is going to be a wrap up after the wrap up because I picked up quite a few more items. I stayed out here and my battery ran out, so I stayed out here and I kept on digging some other things, and I actually knocked 2 things off the bucket list. So what we did, I talked about it in my other videos. This little thing has some stones in it. I can see it now. This is 925 silver. So this is all the coins I found today out here on the football field. And it is a ton of them. It is great. A while back I got with a coach, and he told me that a student lost a cross. This is the cross. It has GJH inscribed on it, initials. I've contacted the coach, and this cross, it's got 2016 on it, and it was blessed by the Pope, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And mosquitoes are tearing me up. So I'm going to get it back to the student. We're going to reach out to him and get it back to him. In 2006, 18 years ago, there was a coach that threw a football to a student and lost a wedding band. So I'm taking it that this is the wedding band. It's 14K, white gold, ring up as a 3031 in the VDI. So I'm taking it that this is the ring, but that was 18 years ago. So I probably won't get that back to the original owner because I have no idea who he is, where he's at, or what's going on. This little piece right here has a few little stones in it, and the mosquitoes are tearing me up. And on the back it's marked 925 right above the center. You can barely see it. It's 925. We have a little Mary pendant. The little ring broke off the top. This right here, I'm thinking is some kind of another ring or something because I have the other piece of it at home. I didn't know what it was. So I think it's some kind of ring too, but now I recovered the second half. So here we are. We have our 14K, a 925 silver. We have a gold cross. This is a button. I'm not sure. It's shiny on the back. It might be stainless, but it has some kind of fabric on it. That's why I picked it up. This is just a piece of aluminum with a little bit of some kind of fringe. It was rolled up. I don't know what it is or what it goes to. And this is another one of those big aluminum Mardi Gras doubloons. I don't know what it says on it, but two that I've got three out here so far, and two of them, one of them was 1969 and one was 1973. So I don't know what the year would be on this. The coins vary from different dates and different varieties. Today is the 13th day that we come out to the football field to dig up some treasures. And this is a really amazing day for the 13th day. So I'm gonna call 13 a lucky number for this day because we knocked off two things that were lost on this field that I knew about that I was not able to find, and I was able to find both of them today, and they're both gold, and I did get a silver. So, all right, we had a fabulous day. So we're gonna call that a wrap, and we're gonna go and head on home. We're trying to get in touch with the student that lost this from the school for the cross, and as soon as we can get in touch with him, we'll return it to him. In the meantime, I'm gonna take it home. I'm gonna clean it, I'm gonna polish it, and make sure it's nice and pretty. So thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day, and take care. Please like and share, subscribe. 2 gold off the bucket list. All right, thanks for watching.